Okay, it's going. Okay, so I'm gonna just ask you questions. And then, yeah, just give me whatever answer comes to mind.
Can I lie?
No.
Not allowed to lie. Okay.
You have to tell the truth.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, we're gonna start simple and basic, okay? So, what is your name?
Gerald Soares.
What's your full name?
Oh, Gerald William Soares.
Where did William come from?
My grandfather.
That's his name?
Bill.
Pardon?
Yeah. Used to call him Bill.
Bill?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did your parents select Gerald as your name?
Because my dad's name is Gerald.
Okay, everything just gets passed down?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I made the mistake of passing it
You
down.
did it again?
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that, really. Anyway, I did.
How old are you?
89. 88, actually. I'll be 89 this year.
When's your birthday?
July
What day?
17th. This sounds like that thing I went to, the memory test I had the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't need to do
They
that
hired
again.
me to test you. Where were you born?
Oh, in Brighton, England.
Did you like living there? I guess not. You ran
Like
away.
living here?
No, in Brighton.
It was okay. It's just my childhood place. That's
Yeah.
where I was born. So it's not a case of whether you like it or you don't think about it. You're just born there.
Yeah. How many siblings do you have?
2,
They're both girls.
both girls.
Yeah. Did you have any nicknames growing up?
Yes, Jez.
Jez?
Jez. Yeah, really.
That's what they used to
That's true.
Why? Where did that come from?
I don't really know.
No.
I was always
Short
known
form.
as Jez,
Jez.
even as a child.
No way.
Yeah.
Probably short form for Gerald. But
Well, it-
with an
Where's
S
the
instead
Z?
of the
Oh, is it an S or a Z?
S.
Jess.
Yeah.
Jez.
Jez.
The only other thing would be Jer,
Jer.
but in England it was Jez.
Who started that? Do you know? Or just
Yeah,
always-
I guess the kids I played with on the street,
Yeah.
Jez. I don't know why Jez. It never even came out as Jess. It was always Jez, G-E-S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself as a child?
Puzzled.
Yeah. Me too.
Very puzzled. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know, if I had the intelligence, I probably would have ended it. I should think right there and then. Yeah.
What were your favorite subjects in school?
Geography and history.
Yeah. Why?
Because I like to wonder where people were and where things were,
Yeah.
where countries were, and I also like the idea of trying to find out what people did in the past when it came to history.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about all kinds of stuff in school, and so you start thinking about these things, and well, you know, why did they do this, and why did they do that, and where did they come from, and so on and so forth.
Is that why you wanted to go in the military so you could like travel and stuff?
In a sense, except that home life wasn't that great, so I
It was like a good.
did join the army. I joined the Merchant Navy before that,
Yeah.
but I joined the army at 18, and it was a good way to get away. And I what was called fiddle-footed, you know,
What does that mean?
wanderlust.
Yeah.
I couldn't settle down. I just found it was hard settling.
Nothing wrong with that. Were you religious?
Not really.
No.
No. We were told to go to Sunday school, but we were never taken. We were
Oh.
just told,
Okay.
you know. So sometimes we went, sometimes we goofed off and just didn't go.
Yeah.
You know, then we got told off, but we didn't go. So
Would you like describe yourself as like an atheist, or do you think there's something out there?
I never. What now? You mean?
Yeah,
Well,
now.
I'm an atheist now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was your best friend growing up?
I had several actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had one. And then you go through stages with
Yeah.
friends, right?
Who was like your best friend when you were a kid, like younger?
Well, it's hard to say. There was a gang of us, really.
Yeah. What was like your favorite memory with all of them?
Going over on the South Downs and playing over there.
Yeah.
In the countryside. Yeah, I always liked the countryside. Yeah. Or the beach. Go
Yeah,
down to the
everyone
beach.
likes a beach.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just that was just one of those things that we did.
Were you close with your sisters?
Yes.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you guys hang out a lot?
No.
No.
No, I was just close to them, but
Yeah.
we had nothing in common because they were girls and we were boys. And
Yeah.
girls and boys didn't mix,
Right.
you know.
What is your favorite joke?
Tell you a joke.
Yeah.
Gee, I don't know whether I have any favorite jokes. I don't think I have any favorite jokes.
Okay.
I like jokes, generally speaking,
Yeah.
but it's not something I would necessarily remember,
Right.
you know.
Okay. When was a time when you laughed the hardest?
When I laughed,
Yeah, the hardest.
when I saw a man of 80 do a double somersault down a hill. Truthfully, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He didn't mean to do it.
He
Yeah.
didn't mean to do it, but he
He
did
fell.
it. And I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was a kid, I thought it was rather humorous watching an old lady running after a streetcar, or
Yeah.
a tram as we called them. I thought that was funny too, waving her umbrella. Stop, young man, stop, young man.
What is the most rebellious thing you did when you were younger?
Going to my grandparents' house because my parents didn't really like me going there.
Why?
Because in those days, people always worried about what other people said.
Right.
And my grandmother supposedly used to say things that my mother didn't like.
Really?
So she didn't want me hearing about this.
Yeah.
So she would make sure that when I went to my grandmother's house, if she ever knew about it,
Yeah.
I was never to say anything in front of my grandmother because my grandmother would repeat it to my aunts.
Oh, she's like
And my
a
mother
gossip?
didn't like that. It's silly stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Silly things that people were. They used to have problems in those days, always worrying about what the neighbours thought.
Yeah.
What about so and so? Whatever will the neighbours think? Whatever they, you know, like you. But nowadays you don't care about that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's very important to those people in those days. Yeah.
What did you like about your parents? It's a hard one.
Well, my mother, she could sing. She was a beautiful singer.
Really?
She had a lovely voice. Yeah.
Wow. What was like a typical song that she would sing?
Oh, she would just sing songs that were sort of like current
Yeah.
at that particular time. I don't remember too much about any of the songs, but she used to sing beautifully.
Yeah.
Lovely voice.
What did you like about your dad?
Didn't.
Oh. That was quick.
Yeah.
What didn't you like about your mom?
She was a nice person.
Yeah.
She was basically a good person,
Yeah.
and she had a good sense of humor.
hmm
And
Did
that's
she
a good thing.
raise you? Would you say like she raised you mostly?
In a sense,
Yeah.
yeah. I lent more towards her than I did over my father.
Yeah.
My father wasn't the kind of guy you would want to have too much to do.
With yeah.
Yeah, he's a very self-opinionated man, so.
What was the most valuable thing your mom taught you?
I don't think she consciously taught us anything.
Yeah.
We just copied.
What's something maybe that you like learned from her though that maybe she didn't like consciously teach you, but like
I think her sense of humor was the thing that
yeah.
she could always laugh about things. She found laughter in a great many things.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about it, you know, yeah.
What was the most valuable thing your dad taught you?
Stay away from authority,
Yeah.
because he was authoritative.
Right.
Yeah, he was bossy. Yeah.
What was it like to live through World War II?
As a child,
Yeah.
12-year-old, 11-year-old, I guess, when it started. And adventurous, but we weren't really that overly conscious unless it came close to us.
Yeah.
Having cartridge cases falling out of airplanes, dropping out around you.
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of thing, or planes going over too low and firing guns or dropping bombs.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was like anything else. It was a moment of adrenaline rush when
Yeah.
you're a kid. You don't think about it as seriously as an adult does.
Yeah.
You don't realize when you're a child that you could be dead today, you know, you could be killed right away.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see the damage that the explosives would do to a house, or dead bodies and that kind of thing, it leaves an impression,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, and I can remember walking over my grandmother's at night time, and we could look across the hills and we could see the glow coming from London, and that was 50 years ago. 50 miles away, I should say.
Yeah.
And that was what? That would be what, 65, 70 years ago now,
Yeah.
I guess. But we could actually see the glow on the horizon. That was from London burning. So
Oh my
that was an
gosh.
experience. You could see that.
Yeah.
But as a youngster, of course, it doesn't impress you as much as it would do if you were an adult.
Right.
You don't really let it comprehend you. I mean, you're supposed to, when the sirens go, you're supposed to get out of bed and go and hide under a shelter.
Yeah.
And
Did that happen a lot?
Yeah, quite often.
Like once a week or?
Sometimes more than once a week. It depended on the air raids, and it depended on where the enemy planes were coming from.
Yeah.
But sometimes, and you get to the stage half the way through the war that you never get out of bed. You just how the heck with it, you know. You just don't bother.
Yeah.
If your parents are trying to wake you and say, you're like, I don't want to get up. You know, you get to that stage. It's not bravado, it's just you get to the point where it
Yes.
seems sort of pointless.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, this happens so often that after a while you don't take any notice.
Yeah.
But then, you know, then you get things like dropping on the roof, on your roof, and knocking slates off the top of your roof, like cannon shell cases and bullet cases and shrapnel flying all over the place. So, but it doesn't, for a youngster, it doesn't leave a great deal of an impression. I'm in a class one day, the air raid siren didn't go until too late. A plane had already come over, dropped a bomb, and as the kids rushed to the windows of this classroom to look out, and we saw where the bomb had dropped.
Yeah.
And then one little kid said, "That's my house," and he went dashing out of the classroom.
Yeah.
But once again, you don't think about it, you only think about that kid. And then when he comes back a couple of days later, you find out the only thing that got killed was his cat. So, you know, his parents weren't home at the time.
Well, that's good.
So it was a miss.
Yeah.
His mum and dad went home, bomb dropped in his house, destroyed his house, killed the cat. That's sort of, you get those sort of stories. Or I'm at my grandmother's house going to school, and sometimes I used to drop into my grandmother's house on the way to school, and she'd give me a cold piece of currant pudding,
Yeah.
or a piece of bread pudding, and I'd eat it on the way to school, you see. And we were in there one day, and she's going to give me something to eat to take to school, and an airplane came over and dropped a bomb, and it just dropped behind her house on a row of shops.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and I jumped in behind the stairs. She pushed me in as they heard the bulb coming down, because it screamed like a noise. And she shoved me in the stairs, and she jumped in behind me, and of course the house shook, you know. And we're both underneath the stairs,
Yeah.
waiting. And eventually, when we heard the explosion, we knew it wasn't on the house. So when I went up to school, I had to pass the place where the bomb had dropped,
Yeah.
and it had dropped on a row of shops, stores. That's why I said there was rubble and everything. I guess there were bodies in there too. I didn't see any at that time,
Yeah.
but I guess there were people in there shopping and so on. But once again, when you're a child or a youngster, it doesn't hit home.
Yeah. You don't realize the seriousness
You
of.
go off to school, and you don't want to go to school anyway, but you're going off to school to do the things you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So that really is the thing that gets in your mind, and you forget all about the wrong place.
Yeah.
You know, as a child, as a youngster.
Yeah. You're kind of
Probably.
focused on the moment, not really.
Yeah, it was
enjoying
just something that happened, and it had happened before, and so after a while, you just don't take too much notice of this kind of thing. You get used
Yeah.
to it. Yeah.
What was your biggest misconception about adulthood as a child? Like, what did you think it'd be like? And there was like something that you were like, oh, it's actually totally different than what I thought.
I don't really think I was ever conscious of that when I was a kid. No, I never thought about being an adult. I never thought that kind of thing would happen. I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
You know, it just never. Yeah, it never really. It was never. I was never conscious of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never was. I didn't like adults that much.
No.
They weren't as great fun as my friends were.
Yeah. Didn't want to grow up.
Yeah, they were a pain in the neck most of the time. And usually they're telling you what to do and what not to do, so I didn't like that either. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never did. Never thought about being an adult.
No. Okay. If you could go back to any point in time and redo a decision, what decision would you change?
Oh dear, that's a hard one. I don't know. I really don't know.
We can.
That's hard to say. I really
Okay.
couldn't tell you. I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
good though. Maybe you don't want to redo anything.
Yeah, I don't really know.
What are your hobbies?
Oh, reading, I guess, more than
Yeah.
anything.
Crosswords.
Gardening.
Pardon?
Crosswords.
I do crosswords. I used to like gardening.
Yeah.
I wasn't a good gardener, but I was.
Yes, your garden was
Experiment.
amazing.
Well, I used to try to experiment.
Yeah.
You know, more than anything else. Yeah, I wasn't that good at. I wasn't really that green thumb.
I thought you were good.
Well, we grew vegetables and all that stuff. Didn't we? That
You had a
kind
lot of
thing.
flowers in
Yeah,
your.
flowers and stuff like. Yeah, I guess.
What books do you like reading the most?
History,
Yeah.
geography.
What are you reading right now?
It's called The Happy Atheist. and it's right up my alley because I'm an atheist.
Yeah.
And it's
Are you
really-
happy?
Pardon?
Are you happy? Are you a
Happy?
happy atheist?
I am, yeah, because I'm
That's
free.
Good.
Yeah, I don't have anything to worry about religion. I don't
Yeah.
believe in any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm totally free about that stuff. It
Yeah.
makes me quite happy.
That's good.
Can you
Yeah.
go and tell the priest that?
Pardon?
I said you can go tell the priest.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell on you after this.
Yeah.
What is a book that you would recommend anyone to read?
That depends on what they're interested in.
Yeah. What if they're interested in like history? What's a book?
I would suggest a book by a man named Buchanan,
Yeah.
and it's called The Unnecessary War.
Okay. What's it about?
And it's about Churchill and Hitler and people like that.
Yeah.
And it's, to me, it's a combination of all the things that are believed or not believed in most history books, and I've read dozens and dozens of history books over the years.
Yeah.
But this guy seems to have put everything together, the most important parts of things that happened from around the 1930s
Yeah.
right up until the end of the last World War. And what he's done has, to my way of thinking, is very interesting because he blows a lot of myths out of the water, and he makes people realize that certain things happened that shouldn't have happened, and also things that supposedly happened and never did.
Yeah.
And this to me is great. I wish this guy had written this book years and years and years ago, because much of what he said is what's been said in all dozens and dozens of history books, but he's got it all combined.
Yeah.
And to me it's a very, very good book. Very good.
Okay.
And the odd thing is, he's a Republican senator in
Oh.
the United States. I don't like Republicans,
Yeah.
so his hot politics I don't like. But what he's written in that book is really, really great stuff. because it's stuff I've read before many, many times in different books.
Yeah.
But this guy got it all at once. And it's just really good, very good reading. And also the other book would be 1919.
Okay.
And that's all about the armistice at the end of the First World War. And all the myths and misunderstandings and all that that happened in those days. And you find out who the real heroes and the real criminals really are. They're not the guys you think.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. I like to read stuff that makes sense and also blows myths apart.
Yeah.
And most people don't, because they
They
really
want to believe what.
they believe whatever they want to believe, and
Yeah.
most of what they believe is not true.
Yeah.
So that to me is very interesting. Those are the kind of books I would like. I like, and I still have them.
Okay. Maybe I'll check them out.
They're good. They're nice books.
What is your favorite flower?
Yeah. I don't know. I think the rose.
Yeah. What color?
I don't think I worry too much about colors, but I think red is probably
Yeah.
a good color.
Classic.
Yeah.
What is your favorite bird?
Bird.
Yeah.
No, I never thought about it. The eagle, I think.
Why?
Well, it's a raptor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I never thought of it that much.
It's
I
okay.
think the eagle is probably it's probably about the noblest bird you could see.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily because of the raptor, but there's just something noble about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite child and why is it Andrea?
Who is my favorite child and why was it Andrea?
Yeah.
Well, I never looked upon our kids as favorites.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't make favorites. Like
Yeah.
your grandkids, I don't make favorites. Everybody has their own individual, their own individual aura, I
Yeah.
think. Everybody does it. We're all different, and that's the nice thing about humans. We're all totally individual.
Yeah.
And they all have good qualities, and we all have bad qualities. So,
Yeah. Except me.
I mean, this is the thing. You have to think about yourself first and then think, now what do I like about so-and-so?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What was Andrea like as a child?
A very nice child.
Yeah.
She really was. She was a very, very nice child. She knew how to play up to her grandparents, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard she got
she-
a lot out of them, I think.
Oh, yeah, she knew how to play up to her grandfather, that's for sure. But I think many children have this quality. They
Yeah.
can do that. Some people, and Andrea had it a little bit harder, I think, because she had 3 brothers
Yeah.
and no sister.
Right.
So she had nobody really to bounce ideas off of because she had brothers, which makes it a little difficult for one girl, I think.
Yeah.
But she was tough. She had this tough individuality about her. As I say, I never ever had any problems when it came to Andrea. I had a lot of faith in her, even as a child. She seemed to know how to do things instinctively.
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about it. I never even worried about any of the kids, but certainly not her. She seemed to, I don't know, she seemed to do the sensible thing. I'm sure there are many things that she did that I would never have approved of. She probably never let me know. And I'm sure Gerald was probably the same. I knew what John was up to, but you couldn't miss John. It was right out there in the open.
Yeah.
I think she and her brother Gerald, they probably got up to things I never knew anything about. The truth is no. That's okay.
What do you admire about Andrea now?
I saw something the other day when I was with her, and we were at the extended care place. And there was a guide, lady showing us around with other people.
Yeah.
And it was a tour thing. And during the tour, now I couldn't hear everything that was being said. I can't when there's noise in the background. But a lady standing next to me said something or other which your mother didn't agree with. And your mother came right back at her and said, no, that is not right, or something worse to that effect, and got into a...
Do you know what it was about at all?
No, because of my hearing, you
Yeah.
see. Your mother, she immediately repudiated what this other woman said.
Yeah.
She said something about that's not right or something, and eventually this woman, in the end, this woman agreed with her.
Yeah.
Your mother was never backward in coming forward and telling people what she thought. It's very straightforward,
Yeah.
which I like about people when they do that.
She stands up for what she
She
believes
just,
in.
whatever she believed in, she just told this woman that isn't right, so and so and so and so and so and so. And I guess this other woman sort of, ooh, yeah, okay. And eventually, I'm sure this other woman, more or less, seemed to be, shall we say, she acquiesced with your mother. And once she did that, it sort of, it sort of calmed the situation down, and this woman, I think, eventually almost sort of agreed with your mother. So that was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah.
In other words, she didn't take any nonsense.
No, she
No,
doesn't.
that was wrong. That was.
Yeah.
This is what it was. I got that impression, even though I couldn't hear every word was said.
Yeah.
It's an attitude, you know.
Yeah. Okay, one second.
Yeah.